What is good? What is poppin', everyone? Happy Friday. It's Michelle at Divine's Purpose. So, we will be starting to discuss topics for 2022. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Is understanding that a lot of you are being led to divine union, to divine counterpart, to your true twin flame, I guess. The first thing I want to say to you is like, we're going to try to drop the label. I will talk about it as such as it's the best way for me to teach, because when I come on, I teach. However, I would love for all of us to really just respect the energy versus the label. But remember that when I do teach, I will be saying labels because that's just the way it goes. So, understand that this is energy. Also being understood that we're stepping into Scorpio season and understanding the shadow of you and the integration that a lot of people are working towards. A lot of lust has been coming through this week for a lot of people. And I know a lot of you have reached out to me in regards to that, hence sacred sexuality, why it's so important. But there's deep layers that are based out of fears, shame, guilt, trauma, and it's really coming through the lack of trust, through the wound itself. We've all been with people who have hurt us in the past. A lot of us on this journey were initiated through the pain, through the heartbreak, through the rejection, through the abandonment, through whatever energy it is. And we have to also understand that people are in that energy right now. So if that's you, please invest in your time. Please invest in your energy to get the proper healing, because it's really important, because a lot of people are in preparation to experience divine love. When we speak about divine love, you have to understand we are allowed to share lustful energies with that one person. When it comes to healthy lust versus toxic lust, there is a fine line there, because the thing is, toxic lust is when you're sharing it with multiple energy streams, whatever that energy stream is. So, it's the motion of the wounded, broken, toxic self. So that's how you are acting, right? And then, of course, when you start rising into a divine or sacred energy, there will be temptations of lust, because there's 8 billion people on this world. Like, hello, there's millions and millions of fish in the sea. But to those of you who understand, this journey is about swimming deep into the ocean and understanding that there are just a few mermaids. You understand that you're not a fish, you're a mermaid. I hope you're following me there. But understanding that you're going deep into the timelines like Lemuria or Atlantis, and understanding that you are not these fishes. So this flesh, that lust, that body is not what you desire. It's the soul's path. This is why God is so important. A lot of teachers speak about a lot of things, but you must put God first, because God will showcase to you who that soul is without the flesh. So the healthy lust is when you can actually enjoy that desire. But you understand that desire is for one person, meaning you're not trying to talk to one person and then entertaining others like most people do. It's really that focus. It's really understanding that you've been prepped, that you've been healing. It's an energy that you keep very sacred. This is when a lot of people have practiced celibacy. If you practice celibacy and you hold out and you hold out and you hold out as hard as it is, eventually the temptation does fade away. And when you are in a place of sacred energy, that's why we are being called right now to be sacred feminine, sacred masculine, guys. This is the energy for 2022, is to understand that you've mastered and prepped your energy so much that you're ready to experience divine love. Because divine love is not, only this, it is holy. I can't say it's not holy. It is holy, but you experience the dark and the light, because the dark and the light is divine. Every aspect of you is divine, without the shame, without the guilt. but you've prepped yourself and you've done that healing. You invested the time, the sweat, the tears, the constant shedding, the constant letting go, to open up and really experience all of that. A lot of feminines specifically have a very hard time being seen. Why? It's because you have trauma still through your deeper levels of healing. Why can't you reveal who you really are? Why can't you have this big orgasm? Why can't you scream? Why can't you moan? Why can't you put on the video and showcase who you are in every aspect to a person who desires you? Your masculine desires that from you. And if we flip the script, masculines, the feminines desire to hear what you really want from them. Don't be shy. But the first thing is, as masculines, you have to be led. That's your woman, that's your queen, that's your empress, that's your goddess. God has to tell you that. And it's only one. You're not entertaining all these other women. In the spiritual community, people call themselves specific things, but yet they still entertain different energies at all times. You're confused. I'm so sorry. Because, to understand that when you are practicing these different energies, there's this knowing that you have to stop, stay still, and really be focused on the face or the energy that God is prepping you for. This is all about commitment. First and foremost, commitment. I will talk about this more, guys, about what the roles are. I feel that sometimes we have to be a little bit more traditional and understand, the ring on the finger, whatever that means to you. But there has to be a commitment, meaning you're not just giving your energy away because you're thirsty. You understand that there's a commitment, so speak of it, especially for women, say it. You got to put a ring on my finger. There's no anything else but that. Why? Because it means something. It means something in regards to your sacred energy, to understanding that you deserve to be desired and you deserve to enjoy whatever it is you enjoy without guilt and shame. There's a lot there, and I will talk about it. But to understand that there's these energies that are surfacing and how to really become and embody. First, you really have to ask yourself, is this what you really want? Because most people who really desire this are already embodying it. They don't need to talk about it. They don't need to lie about it. Phones are open, passwords are open, and God reveals all. These type of relationships, there's no secrets. God will reveal it because you're in a higher dimension. You're in the goddess, God energy. So you'll know intuitively if someone's lying to you or if someone's, stepping out. It's always about understanding that you're rising together and that trust needs to be open so God can come in and bless you both. That's really what it is. So, there is a lot right now in the collective. If you are dealing with lust, I suggest you book a session and we can get into it. Sacred sexuality, I might start a new one because I feel like people are asking, because I feel like it's needed at this time. But just ask yourself, really be real with yourself. Are you prepared to be in divine union, or are you still, swimming around with other fishes? In the end of the day, we honor your timeline. Just be real with yourself. Okay. I love you all so much. Blessings.